We have several questions from viewers in northern Minnesota concerned about veterans' homes scheduled for building in greater Minnesota, and wondering, there have apparently been some recent comments that were of a concern on this topic, wondering if what the status of this is. Let's start with you, Senator.
Well, thank you. That's a good question. I know I was on the bonding, I'm still on the bonding committee, and we've toured those facilities that were ready to go for quite some time, and it was part of the bonding bill last year. I think we funded, I believe it was 3 new ones in rural Minnesota where there was a huge need. And I'm not sure where the problem is coming from. I'm not sure where the callers, what they're talking about, but I know Hutchinson was one of them. I remember driving, I think it was Hutchinson, or maybe it was, yeah, I can't remember, Montevideo. We drove in there in a rainstorm like today, and there must have been 100 people standing on the street waiting to greet us there because they were so excited about getting that home there. And there was a huge need, and we finally made it happen last year in the bonding bill. So that's one of the.
So you're not aware of any legislative controversy on this?
No, I'm not. I know that had to be passed in order to get the other 50% from the federal government. You had to have the money certainly obligated to that, and as far as I know, there isn't any issues.
I think the hang-up may be some federal funding that's not been forthcoming, and not allowing those to be completed.
Okay.
Representative Poppe, any thoughts on that?
I know that Preston is, in southern Minnesota is being looked at, and I think, my husband was a veteran, Vietnam vet, and I think that, there's going to continue to be lots of need there. So, from Vietnam on forward, we have a number of veterans that have sacrificed many things for our country, and we need to be able to provide some support to them and to their families.
I think the controversy was that the Minneapolis campus has some beds that aren't being used, so why build the ones outstate when we have? But
That's right.
Yeah, and I think that the veterans need to be as close to their families as possible. So
And that's
to
a big
say,
thing in the mix.
yeah. So I think that was why the controversy, but.